Hey, another morning here of development stuff. Now, I make the note that my headset is slightly dying, so if you hear a lot of interference or it just cuts off randomly, well, it's at the end of its life. Additionally, I got myself a monster here, and I want to see if my microphone can pick this up. That is the compression of an actual monster in a big can. If that even actually picked up at all. But anyways, we're gonna continue doing what we did the day before yesterday. Apologies for no videos yesterday. I got really caught up in schoolwork and had to shove out a couple large reports and variety of things in order to. Okay, we're back. I apologize for the cut in there and a bit of the noise interference. My headset kicked the bucket just as I said it was going to. I'm giving it a last chance by trying to overamp the battery to see if that will recover, but I do not think it's actually the battery that's causing it. Right now we're using a $5 Logitech USB microphone that's built in 2001, so we'll see how long this thing lasts, because the reason I have this one is because it kicked the bucket I don't know how long ago, but I did repair it once upon a time and use it for a while, so it should work. Now, I attempted to find my studio mic, which I did find the mic, but I could not find the stand, so we aren't able to use it. Hopefully here later I will be able to find the stand and we'll be able to switch over to it until I get a new headset here. Not sure when that's going to be, so we'll see how long I can keep this up of using a really crappy microphone, especially considering this thing is maxed out at gain and I don't think it's matching my headset whatsoever for volume. And potentially if I lean my head left or right or lean back, we're probably going to lose audio quality and volume. So I apologize for those who have to turn up YouTube's volume all the way just to hear me. Anyways, we're going to continue, like I said, on what we were doing the day before yesterday, which was working on gun models and everything else. Unfortunately, because we did skip yesterday, we're going to be a bit behind on doing anything else. And I need to get these gun models up and running along with the audio and everything before Sunday. That way I can keep my client happy. Anyways, as we were working last time, we were working on the gun. The gun is sitting in a really odd spot, but we do have commands to fix that. So let's go ahead and close everything but this guy. And then let's go dig open the JSON data so that way we can start looking at what we currently have and start predicting what we need to implement in order to kind of get anything to go anywhere. Also, really quickly, let me check my playback device here, as I didn't really hear any audios. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I'm using a pair of I wouldn't call them studio quality headphones because they're definitely not. They're a pair of round ear, but they're probably like $15 quality ones. They do work really, really well, but I can't hear anything outside of these headphones, so I can't hear any background noise that may be happening or anybody calling for me, which is the reason I don't use them often. The number one use they end up getting is if I'm checking recordings, checking audio, or if I'm just listening to music and don't care about what everybody else is doing. Let's see, so we got guns. We're working on the handgun right now, then we'll switch over to the rifle as soon as I get done. Here we go. You know what I need to do is I need to go abstract all of this out of here, and I need to make a new thing called effects. When it comes to the JSON data structure for Volts Engine, it doesn't matter how you build these up. It doesn't even matter what you call the files. I'm just keeping to some kind of standard because it makes it easier on me. And right now we've put all of the effects into a subfile here, and it's kind of not helping us any. Also, I failed to change the number on that, so that explains why we don't have a gun empty audio effect. Really quickly, I do need to copy the author tag at the top of this. Might note, once again, the author does not mean that they created the thing, that just means what mod it belongs to. I still need to come back through here and change the name to mod, because that's what we're going to use, and then there'll be a separate tag thing to declare data about the mod, so you can say, okay, here's who worked on the mod, here's the author, here's the owner. I will make a differentiation between owner and author, because there are people that make the mod and those people that own the mod. Right now, I do actually own this mod, even though I have leased it out to the client because I can't actually sell him the mod. Let's see. So we got all this good. Yeah, that's cool. This isn't going to change anything in game, so we can't hear Actually, we're not going to hear anything in game because of Minecraft's stupid system where as soon as you change out the audio, it breaks. So let's go ahead and reload here so I can hear anything. And then let's dig through. We're probably going to keep working on the first person handgun here. And then I'm going to switch over to the equipped. And as I said before, I don't really care about the enemy too much. Inventory is texture 2D. This is pretty much assist anybody who makes guns for Armory mod. I do insist that you do use 2D textures for your inventory items. This is because frame rate tanks really hard on items and inventories because they get re-rendered every single tick. I'll probably have to make this quick because knowing Grogger, he's going to log into Ark Survival here. Go try to do something. Get cornered by a raptor, and I'm going to have to go save him. Not to say he's bad at the game. He's actually really good at the game, but just like me, if you run around solo, it's really easy to get yourself killed in that game. That game is meant to be a cooperative PvE, PvP game. It does have PvE settings, although the game is geared a lot more towards PvP. And apologies for background noise, I am tossing stuff off my desk. I tore apart my entire room just looking for anything audio capable. And I still gotta find that headset, or go find that microphone stand, because I do need to be using that thing. After all, your guys' donation money did pay for it, even if I did stick to the headset because of, I could never get the game to work. But luckily, if we pull this over here real quick, OBS has added filters to these. You have a gain filter and a noise suppression. Noise suppression knocks out a lot of the background noise, and then gain, as I said, we have this up really high to get this to function properly. So with my studio headset, or studio microphone, I actually can fix the gain problem, which was the reason I have yet never used it for recordings for the dev videos. There are a couple recordings back here where I have used them for demos and stuff. Now you can tell immediately that there is a problem. Anyways. Yeah, so this is working pretty good. Now another thing we got to do with this is we got to do, if you right click, you got to aim down the sights. Even though my artist removed the sights off these even after I told him to kind of do something. It's a bit loud. Probably want to work on that a little bit here. I need to fix the reload too. I hit an R right now and I'm not getting anything. Actually, I don't know if I did the key. Yeah, I didn't get to do the key binds. That's the reason we don't have a reload button. That actually makes sense. Hit an I to open inventory. I've been playing Ark Survival way too much recently. So let's get back into working on this. Now, for the command system, we have to define the content ID in the command. So it'll be ve debug render load data, and then that. Okay, so load data, then we got to load the state. Now, eventually this will be GUI driven, and I typed the command by mistake there. I wanted to wait till I got the render state, which is item first. I'm actually kind of curious how well the quality of this microphone is going to come out here at the end of this, because one of the biggest issues with that headset was anytime I swallowed or did anything, the microphone picked it up. Anytime I coughed or breathed or roughly anything would cause it to have problems. So we have this now. I want to work with the translation first, because what I want it to do is I want the gun to be somewhere in this region of the screen. So it's right next to your hotbar. And you also got to keep in mind that changes in the screen size will change the position a little bit. There's not a lot of ways to fix that. That's just Minecraft doing its thing. So I got to remember what the commands are. Set offsets what we're looking for. You know what I need to do? I need to make a command where you can define what command structure you're going to use real quick. That way you don't have to type in everything. So let's do 000. That's a good start. You know what? I could probably leave it just like this, but you see how big it is, though? It looks like I'm holding like a shotgun or something. Let's manipulate the X first. Okay, X is definitely not what I want it to be. Okay, try the Y. Also not what I want it to be. Now, what was our previous value? We were at -1. So let's try -0.5. That's not bad. Let's see if this works. The problem with the translations is they're not perfect. They're not perfect in the way they operate. That is actually kind of what I want, though. I don't know about you, but that looks pretty good. We just need to get it to rotate a little bit, so it looks like you actually are holding it a little bit closer to your body. Although, if I mean, you guys can't see what I'm doing because I don't have. I need to get a web camera so you guys can see my hand motions and stuff. But I'm trying to like predict where in my field of view a handgun would be held in a Minecraft type thing. Although my experience with firing handguns are straight in front of me because I aim down the sights and do the full police style stretch hands out fire type of thing. Because that's how I was trained to use a weapon. Although I have fired it a few different ways. I might have noted if you twist a gun sideways and fire it, it is a little bit more strainful on your wrist for some reason. Probably should think out the physics behind that. So we need to rotate this. I believe the other one is set rotation. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to zero it out real quick just so I get the previous values. So I don't have to go look at the config here. 25 and negative 20. Oops, sorry, this needs to be negative 20. Okay, so let's pop the roll by another 2. That's good. You know what? Hold on, I want to look at this gun model real quick. I have this really strong feeling that this weapon is not centered, which is it could explain why we're having so much difficulty manipulating the positioning of it. Or it might be centered too much. I don't think we figured out exactly how we want to handle the weapons. I have a feeling like we should put the center point in the handle, because that would be the easiest way to center it. Because then you're not trying to tilt it like it's an Archimedes lever. So let's go ahead and... I need wowjudo's mod. There we go. Source, main, resources, assets, models. And there's our pistol. We aren't going to be able to see center point if I open it up inside of... Microsoft's whatever. I don't know why they included that. Once upon a time they got yelled at for including too much software on their computers. I have a feeling that's going to happen again eventually because of the fact that they're just including too much stuff with their software. Anyways, we need to hit import and we need to define what we're importing, even though this really should auto-detect formats. But we're asking for a bit too much when we're talking about Blender here. Open source software that doesn't feel user-friendly whatsoever. Our center point is in the handle, so that does explain why it feels like it's rolling a little heavily in that spot. Maybe want to bring the center point up a little more, but this will work. At least I know where that is now, so I can predict movement better. Wow, that's loud. Hopefully that's not as loud for you guys as it was for me. Oh, Blender opened twice. Weird. Okay, so let's go ahead and... That's good. I want to mess with the yaw right here is what I really want to mess with, but I don't think this will actually do yaw. Actually, it is kind of doing yaw, but we need to bring it back here. That's pretty good, actually. I need to mess with the translation now. Okay. At least I'm figuring out the translation finally. Okay, that's good. Let's pop with the rotation again. What you want to do is you want to make the gun fake out to like it's looking at the center of the screen. At least as close as possible. And we basically just ended back up where we're at, pretty much. That's pretty good. Let's get that translation again and bring it back again. We're gonna have to take this negative. Too much. Okay, too little. That's pretty good. We need to bring it over a little bit. I believe that is this value here. Too much. That'll work. Our rule's messed up though now. So that's good-ish. Let's mess with this a little bit more. I don't know about you, but that looks pretty good. So that looks like I am aiming at that. That's a little high though, but unfortunately. I see the microphone mute button doesn't work whatsoever on this thing. Apologies for the dog barking in the background. Why did you not die? You only got like, I think 10 HP. Actually, I don't think these things even have 10 HP. Maybe 10 HP. It's hard to tell with these things. It's been a while. Actually, you know what? We can Google this. HP of... Okay, got interrupted there for a moment. Let's see. Cow in Minecraft. Why would that even be like a thing? HP of cow in commercial. Yep, 10. I was close. Oh, it's good to confirm that stuff. You know what's actually probably happening is there's a HP limiter on attacks that may be affecting this. I got that going, so now we need to do third person. As you can tell, the item is not even close. Actually, where we get the model data at, so we forgot to transfer this stuff over. So we go render first. It's 157. 25, negative 21. Really close on that one. So translation is the one I need to do. Negative 4, negative 25, negative 5. Shoot. I accidentally tabbed the keyboard. Negative 0.25. Have to have a 0 there. And negative 0.05. Yeah, that looks like where we're... Yeah, because that's the last offset command run. Yeah, that's good. I mean, if I screw it up, I could just come back through here and redo it again. So, item equipped is the next one. This is third person, basically. So this would be load state, item equipped. And then pretty much what we're doing is we're just running the same exact commands again. Let's do offset first because that's the more important one. Although rotation really does screw with offset in third person. So we'll go ahead and we'll zero it out again. And we'll mess with each value. Okay, so, and we need to mess with the scale too on top of this. Put that to 0. And there's a cow breathing in my ear. Do this real quick. Music volume. That is really loud. I can't tell if it's actually loud for the recording for you guys or if it's just this headset. So let's try this guy. That's our forward, so we need to make sure that's negative. Okay, you know what? I need to do scale first. That's correct. That's a good value. As you notice, when I changed the scale, it changed the positioning on us as well. Where did that go? Oh, it went down. Where did that go? It went behind me. Yeah, look at that. I don't understand how the scale system works in this sometimes. Because as soon as you change any value here, it screws with all of the other values. Makes it really, really, really hard to do stuff like this. So the reason you don't see a lot of mods like this is it is a very time-consuming process to translate all this. And there's not a very good... There's several editors that do exist. There's several people that have tried to make the process easier. I'm one of the people who's trying. I'm not getting very far if you can't tell already. Why is that? Okay, there we go. That's pretty good. I need to take it over in the X just by a very small amount. Yeah, you could spend forever trying to get these just right. And I quite literally mean that too. That looks pretty good. If I aim, doesn't look too bad. I mean, you gotta admit, we're playing with a game that is all blocky, so trying to get something like this to look good is really hard. I know when I did the rocket launcher one, I think it took me about 4 hours to finally get it all completely polished and smooth, and I want to scale this up again. Yeah, it's a little better. Only problem is I gotta now back it down in the X again. You know what, I'm probably aiming for 0.5 this entire time. Yeah, I was aiming for 0.5 that entire time. Now, the only thing I gotta really do is I gotta mess with the rotation just a little bit, because you notice how it's slightly rolled. So we want to set the rotation here. Oh, and we had values stored there. That's the reason why it actually looked anything. This is going to be tricky, because the problem when you get this many rotation values working with each other, they don't like to play well. Because now you notice how I'm changing the rotation, the position itself is changing. Let's set this to 0. I want to see what it looks like. Oh yeah, it's completely worked. So negative 20. That's actually perfect. Now let's see if I can change the pitch here just a little bit. You know, the pitch just changed the yaw. These two values are backwards. And it's not backwards in the code, so somebody go like, oh, did you mess the code up? No, I did not mess the code up. This is literally a problem that you will find with rotation, that you're messing with multiple values. And there is no, I can change 2 or 3 values and be perfectly fine. You know what, I'm just going to live with that. I doubt the client will even notice. I just need to change the offset now because it moved. I need to spend some time and just make a proper animation rig for Minecraft. And that was the wrong value. That's pretty good. I can't see through my own head, so it doesn't really help me. At least our empty audio is working. I just need to reload audio and a few other things, and we're good to go. But I'm going to go ahead and end this video here so I can test the audio quality and see if I need to edit this and do a few other things. And yeah, so I'll see you guys later.